Welcome to Miami Speedway, home for the final race of the USRA, the TNT Truck Series. 20 weeks has all come down to this. 5 competitors battling it out for a championship run here at Miami. The points separating your top 5 here for the finale is just a 24-point margin. First place to 5th place, 24 points. It's come down to just the 5 drivers. Cody Levitt, Eric Hawley, Jamie Leach, Robert Duvendak, and Brennan Bogo have battled it out so far for the first 19 weeks here of the season. It all comes down to this. Miami, the tricky track that it is, a slippy, slidey, worn-out surface, a rim riding around the outside, throw it up top, run the Kyle Larson line is what it's going to come down to tonight. Which one of those 5 drivers will outlast the other here from sunny Homestead, Miami? As we take a look, as we were just talking about there, the point standings for the TNT Truck Series here on Tuesday night. Right there, you see it. There is that points battle within the top 5. Cody Levitt has a 10-point lead over 2nd and 3rd place, Eric Hawley and Jamie Leach. Just 10 points separate your top 3. Then it's just a little bit farther back till you find the number 4 of Robert Duvendak. He has 17 points behind. And Brennan Bogo is quietly sitting there in 5th. He's been quiet all year. Haven't heard much from the man that sits in the 5th place. And then you got a little bit of a gap back to your 6th, 7th, 8th place guys. Those guys are locked in a heated battle as well to see who can outlast the other there. Then you got a big jumble throughout the rest of your points. You got the 9th place runner of Jordan Smith. Luke LaFaro is 10th. Jared Hagerdorn's 11th. Zach Nichols is 12th. Anthony Reynolds is 13th. Stephen Holmes there in 14th. Christopher Monroe 15th in points. Doug Ungari finds himself 16th. John Furness, Matt Kemp, Morgan Beard, and Dalton Kilroe round out your top 20 in points. And while we have a moment here before we get here to qualifying, that will be up in just a little while. It looks like we have about 13 minutes. We're going to get a quick interview in here with one of the drivers who are in the championship hunt. Let's see if we can find and get a word in with driver of the 78, Brennan Bogo. Brennan, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, Brennan, we got to congratulate you here on making it to the Miami final. And you find yourself right now in 5th in points. You find yourself 24 points back. Brennan, first off, we're going to ask you, how do you like Miami? Is it one of your tracks that you can find yourself up front here tonight? Do you like it, or is it a track you wish you wouldn't see here at the end?
I'm kind of in the middle. Sometimes I can make a long run work here, but, you know, it can kind of come out in my favor. But I'm kind of in the middle on that.
You're in the middle on that, and you're kind of in the middle here when you talk about the 4 guys you're in competition with here tonight. You find yourself coming in with the least amount of top 5s out of everybody. Actually, it looks like you're actually tied with 2 of them, Jamie Leach and Cody Levitt himself. But what's going to be the difference in the factor here tonight to possibly sneak in as you're 24 points back? What are you going to have to do here tonight from Miami?
Definitely going to have to shoot for a, you know, top 5 finish. But, you know, just kind of get in front of those guys in points there. It's kind of tight, but, I mean, I don't even know if there's really a shot of coming out on top, but, you know, maybe a top 3.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're only 24 points back, and it is an 80-lap event here for the finale. You know, you can walk away with 6 easy bonus points, you know, 5 for having a clean race, like always, and you've walked away with 21 extra bonus points this year just on that, just with that, and also along with leading a lap here. So you could walk away with 6 bonus points pretty quick, and then that leaves you, 18 points out of the lead, and then you just kind of, I guess, need a little bit of help from there, but it's not over yet. You still have the race, 80 laps.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those tracks that I feel like those 5 bonus points can come in pretty handy on it'd be a little easier to get here because I feel like there's a lot of room to, you know, make passes on everybody. We're not going to be tight. So hopefully I can get those 5 bonus points.
Now, are you going to charge towards the front? I mean, don't give your strategy away if you want. Are you going to charge towards the front and try and get those bonus, or the bonus point for the lap lead, and then kind of cool her off and see where you stack up and sit there? Or are you just going to go all out tonight and try and win it?
Oh man, I got to go all out. I mean, it's the finale. You know, all the points are on the table, so the only way I'm gonna, get there is if I get a win or a top 3. So.
Well, Brennan, we'll let you get back to practice here. Good luck here tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you towards the end of this one on good terms.
Yeah, thanks, man. Hope to talk to you later.
Well, there you heard it from the driver of the 78, Brennan Bogo. He's going to need a little help here tonight as he is 24 points out. Let's see if we can find one of our other contenders right now. He's not out there on track, as he is sitting in that 4th position in points, 17 points back. Let's see if we can get a word in. Robert Duvendak, do you copy?
Yes, sir, I do. How you doing?
Well, we're doing pretty good. Right now, tell us what's going through the mind of driver behind the 12 machine.
Not much. Calm, cool, and collective. Just know I got to go out there and do my best tonight.
Yeah, you find yourself 17 points back here. You did have the most top 5s out of the top 5 here, actually, that are contending for this championship. What do you need to do tonight to sneak one away here?
I just need to play a different strategy game than them, I think. I'm going to have to gamble, do something a little different to mix it up.
Yeah, what we asked earlier to one of your other competitors is Homestead. It's not one of those favorable tracks for a lot of drivers. Is this a track that you'd look forward to at the end of the year running, or would you have rather seen this possibly towards the middle of the season?
I wouldn't say that I look forward to it, but I also wouldn't say that I don't look forward to it. It's just one of those tracks where I'm just kind of mediocre at. I put up the 4th fastest lap in this practice session, but I believe that was a little earlier in it, so we'll see. I don't know.
We'll see. Well, like we told one of your competitors, you can walk away with 6 bonus points here tonight. Is that something you're going to be shooting for, along with possibly a solid top 3 finish?
Yeah, I think you have to look for those bonus points. Have a clean race, get those 5 points, and lead a lap. You get that 6 point, and then hopefully get a top 5, because 5th place on up gets 5 more points than 6th place on back does. So you could look at it as getting a top 5 and doing all that. You could actually come away with 11 bonus points just right there.
So possibly quite a few extra bonus points on the line. Well, Rob, we're going to say good luck to you. We'll let you get back out there as you have a little over 7 minutes in practice left. And hopefully we get to talk to you at the end of this one in Victory Lane.
I can only hope so. Thank you, and have a good night.
Absolutely. There you heard it from driver of the number 12. He's pretty much going to have to go out there. He said himself he's going to shoot for a solid top 3 finish, because the top 5, like he said, does get a couple extra bonus points out there. Let's see if we can get a word in with another one of those drivers that are in the championship hunt, the guy who's running in your 3rd position in the championship hunt, only 10 points back from your leader. Jamie Leach, you got a copy. It's Roger up here in the booth.
Yes, sir, Roger. How you doing?
Well, Jamie, we're probably doing a little bit better right now at this point as the clock is ticking. We're winding down here. Tell us what the strategy going forward for you here tonight is. You're only 10 points out of the championship.
Well, I'm going to try to just make it a clean race. I'm struggling a little bit with the speed here. So I'm just going to try to survive and keep the best lap times I can.
Yeah, you came into this race being the only one in the top 5 to pull out 2 victories. You may be down on the speed charts right now, but when it comes race time, that number 2 machine always seems to find his way to the front. Is that what you're going to do here tonight? Are you going to go to the front, or are you going to play the points game and let the chips fall where they are?
Well, I think I'm going to wait and see how the racing is. It's if it looks pretty reckless, I might just kind of hang a little bit and wait for a few cautions and see what happens there. But I don't want to get caught too far back, though.
Yeah, because too far back could trap you in some kind of positions you don't want to be, and then you never know what's going to happen. Well, hey, we're cutting you short here. I know you want to get back out there and turn some more laps with only about 5 minutes and 40 seconds left here in practice. Good luck, and maybe we'll get to talk to you yet tonight.
I sure hope so. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Well, you heard it from that guy. He's going to kind of let the chips fall where they will be. He'll wait a little bit to see what he wants to do, and then he'll start working his way towards the front of this one. Let's see, we got another one of our contenders out here, and he's sitting pretty on the speed charts. The number 8 of Eric Hawley also is tied with Jamie Leach for that position with 10 points behind Cody Levitt. Eric, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Eric, well, you came on strong here towards the end of the year, and now it's time to kind of finish her out. What does the 8 machine have to do here to walk away with the championship?
8 machine needs to put up or shut up. It's time to go racing. Obviously, only 10 points between us and Cody, so we're here to win, and hopefully that happens.
Now, you're going to go out there. You're sitting second on the speed chart, so we know the 8 truck has a lot of ponies under the hood and has some great mechanical grip working for itself right now. Are you just going to play the points game, or are you going to go win this?
That's a good question. Honestly, that lap was later in this practice too, after the track had kind of gone away. So I do have a fast truck, but it doesn't do me any good if it's all smashed up at the end. So goal is to keep the nose clean, stay out front, or at least in mid pack, and just avoid the wrecks.
Avoiding the wrecks is probably what it's pretty much going to take here tonight to solidify yourself towards the front of this field. But, I mean, other than a good finish, what could you have done throughout the season to possibly have clinched it by now?
Honestly, those last 2 races hurt me. Talladega's never been one of my strong tracks. I always end up getting into the mess there, and, this was no different this time around. So I think I finished 30th there. That didn't help my cause. And in the race before that, I was in the low 20s as well. So just a little inconsistent the last couple weeks. That definitely hurt me. But again, I'm still within 10 points. I'm hoping that it's not insurmountable at this point.
Yeah, you did have the championship lead there for a couple weeks. You took it over from Robert Duvendak, and then you and Cody Levitt kind of were pretty close there. And now after last week, he did leapfrog you after that terrible finish from the Talladega Superspeedway. I mean, is Talladega probably going to be your Achilles heel here if it comes down to just a handful of points tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always been one of those tracks that, for whatever reason, I just don't have any luck at. And, finishing 30th there the week before the championship race definitely didn't help my cause any. But, I've had a lot of fun racing with these guys this year, the top 4 or 5. They've all been very competitive. I like running with them all. They'll all race you very clean. So this has been a blast this year. And even if I don't win, I'll be happy to see one of them walk away with the championship.
Absolutely. Well, Eric, we'll get you back down here to your team, and hopefully we'll get to yell at you at some point tonight. Hopefully not in the middle, but at the end.
Yeah, hopefully it's a victory lane.
Well, good luck tonight, and go get her.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Roger.
Well, there you heard from driver number 8, who finds himself 10 points back. But right now, the man that everybody wants to know if he can pull it off here tonight or not, that's going to be the driver of the 38, Cody Levitt. Cody, you got a copy with us?
I got you.
Cody, with 2 minutes left here before practice ends and we get to qualifying, you find yourself 10 points up in the championship hunt. What do you have to do tonight to walk away with the championship?
I just got to keep on the wall, keep it out of trouble, go for those 5 bonus points for a clean race. Hopefully nothing crazy happens around me, and hope for other people to get into trouble.
Yeah, last week from Talladega, you were in trouble from the second the green flag dropped. Is tonight going to be something that you're going to have to play a little bit of defense, or are you just going to go on the offense and say, you know what, I'm here, I'm going to show you all what I can do?
Probably a mixture of both. I'll probably run super, defensively at the beginning, and then at the end, I'm going balls to the wall.
Well, where is the place to be? You just set up balls to the wall. Where are you going to find the 38 running tonight to try and stay, towards the front? Are you going to stay up towards that wall, or are you going to be more conservative down around the middle low lane?
I'm probably going to be up at that wall.
Well, when you dance with the devil, sometimes the devil bites.
I mean, you're right, but we'll see what happens, I guess.
Well, we're going to have to see what happens, You said you're going to go out there and get those bonus points tonight, so good luck getting those, and maybe, I said it 4 times here, maybe we'll get to talk to you yet tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Well, good luck the rest of the way, Cody, and get yourself a championship yet. There you heard from driver of the 38. Every driver pretty much has the same thing in mind here. They need the bonus points. That's what they all keep talking about. Well, right now we got 17 seconds left here before we head over to qualifying. That's coming up next. Tonight yet here on the MaxSpeedTV YouTube page, we got Racing for Our Calls, the Vapor Trail Clothing Truck Series. Tomorrow night, the Salt Flat Racing IROC Series is back in action with the street stocks. That show tomorrow night. I'll be your host there for that also, by the way. So that is tomorrow night. Racing for a Cause also back on tomorrow night, but they got the K&N Series. As you see the checkered flag waving now, so it looks like practice is now come to a conclusion. These drivers are going to head out there. They're going to have 2 laps to put the best time that they can on the board. Can one of your championship 5 put themselves towards the front of the field, or are they going to be mirrored towards the back? Let's see as a couple of these guys are starting to come out here. Let's see if we can find one of them. Brennan Bogo in the 78, your 5th place runner here for the championship. He finds himself being one of the first guys to come out here on the track to lay down a qualifying attempt. Brennan Bogo, one of those silent guys who you don't usually hear about too much through the night, but towards the end of this one, you know, you can pretty much count on him to be inside your top 10 contending for this one. So he's out here on track in that number 78 Allied Toyota Tundra. 2 laps for these drivers. You're going to see them probably run the bottom of the track here for qualifying, and then once we get under race conditions, you will most likely see them migrate towards the top, like Cody Levitt said. It's probably going to be the fast way around this track once we go green flag racing here. So Brennan Bogo out there coming up to speed, trying to lay down a good lap. Eric Hawley also out here. You heard from him, 10 points back, running right now in the 2nd place, trying to hunt down Cody Levitt. You see Eric not quite having his truck underneath him, so he'll take her back to the garage. He still has 2 laps yet to put in. Jamie Leach out here. A couple wins for Jamie Leach on the year. We said he won Daytona and he also won Talladega, so he's no stranger to victory lane. Let's see where he can come across the board here. Jamie Leach gonna go 5th right now on the board out of the 7 machines that have taken time. Robert Duvendak is out on track right now. He finds himself in the 5th position in qualifying. Zach Nichols, Sean Butler, Ross Cato, and Skip Carmen right now find themselves 1 through 4th, and there's Robert Duvendak on screen. He is your 5th place guy right now. Let's see on that lap, Robert does not go any faster. Actually, he was a little bit slower. Brennan Bogo goes faster on his 2nd lap, but not good enough. Jamie Leach will end up going faster his 2nd lap also, but neither of those 3 drivers are going to better their lap. Let's see who's out there on track. Jeff Pogo just comes through the stripe there on lap 1 for himself. Little Jeff Pogo goes 11th quickest on the board. As you see, he's already shut her down. Championship leader Cody Levitt's out on track. Right now, he finds himself 11th after his 1st lap. Looking to better that here on the 2nd lap. Cody Levitt not having any wins here with the TNT Truck Series. Like we said earlier, the only driver in your championship hunt that actually has victories, that's going to be Jamie Leach with 2 super speedway wins. Completely different beast here as Cody finds himself 16th. Let's see if he's able to better himself here in that Mountain Dew Ice Machine. Cody Levitt able to move up 1 position. Finds himself now, actually, we say moves up and then somebody bumps him down. Dalton Kilroe goes to the boards and he goes 12th on the boards to move Cody down a little bit. So right now, all your championship contenders have put in times. Right now, the best one out of the championship 5 is going to be Robert Duvendak, who finds himself sitting there in that 9th position. Anthony Reynolds out here. He puts that 82 Mellow Yellow Machine, though, to 4th on the boards. Morgan Beard right now has fast time. Let's see if Anthony goes any faster. Anthony does not go any faster, but Tyler Dugan, who is out there, actually goes a little bit faster. He puts himself, that Tennessee Volunteers truck right there, now goes to the 3rd position. So it's Morgan Beard, Zach Nichols, 2 names you're constantly hearing towards the front of these fields on Tuesday night. Zach Nichols, sorry, is 2nd. Tyler Dugan's 3rd. Sean Butler 4th. Anthony Reynolds 5th. Let's see, John Furness is out here. A couple wins for the driver of the 28 this year. He's back out there tonight, though, in the My Little Pony Express machine. He told us last week he was going to come out here. He was going to run the My Little Pony. And once again, there he is. I believe Furness's last victory came while driving the My Little Pony machine. Right now, he finds himself in that 8th position. He does have 2 timed laps in, so he's just out there turning laps right now. Let's see who else is out here on track. The 03 of Bradley Allison's out there, but he's a little off the pace right now, maybe trying to get his wheels set up and calibrated. Cold Day is out there. He has turned in 2 laps. He goes 17th on the board. He's going to practice some qualifying pit runs. With just about 20 seconds left here in qualifying, it doesn't look like anybody else is going to be able to get a qualifying attempt in, as Ed Hewitt is out here, a late entry into the lobby, but he finds himself out there. He will not be able to come off the access road to take a timed lap. Looks like your field's going to be locked here for the finale, with the number 10 of Morgan Beard going to walk away with a pole, and right there the checkered flag flies, and that's going to be the end here of qualifying. 80 laps going to be the distance here tonight. 80 laps for these drivers to figure out who's going to be the champion, who can walk away with the hardware here from Miami. Well, let's see if we can work through your qualifying grid here for the finale. Putting it on pole here at Miami, the number 10 of Morgan Beard. Starting right alongside him, that pesky little number 15 of Zach Nichols going to roll off second. Third place going to start tonight, going to be the 42 of Tyler Dugan. The 88 of Sean Butler. You see the 1 win sticker there. I'm sure he would like to add another one here before the end of the season. Sean Butler going to roll off in your 4th position. The 82 of Anthony Reynolds going to roll off into your 5th position. The 57 of Ross Cato going to start 6th. Look for that 57 machine to stay towards the front of this one all night long. The 81 of Dan Dill going to start there in your 7th position. Good seeing Dan Dill back out on track. He's been away for a little bit, busy with his kids in wrestling, so good to see the driver of the 81 back out there. And the My Little Pony Express machine, the 28 of John Furness, starts 8th. 9th here tonight's going to go to the 19 of Skip Carmen. One of your championship contenders, of 12 of Robert Duvendak, going to start there in your 10th position. 11th position, another one of your championship 5, Brandon Bogo alongside Jamie Leach. Starting in your 13th position, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. The 47 of Raymond Mizuzu Jr. going to start 14th. 15th going to go to the number 20 of Luke Lafaro. The 8 of Eric Holly, another one of the championship 5, going to start 16th. 17th going to go to the number 3 of Cole Day. Championship leader Cody Levitt going to start there in your 18th spot. And it looks like the 30 of David Carmen going to start 19th. 18th going to be the number 18 of Stephen Holmes going to start 20th. Jeff Pogo going to start in your 21st position. Matt Kemp buried in the field here, going to start 22nd. 23rd position is going to go to the 25 of Jordan Smith, and the 123 of Tyler Gary going to start 24th. 25th going to go to the 125 of Josh Cully, and the 03 of Bradley Allison going to start 26th. 27 going to go to the 16 of Ed Hewitt. The 00 of Evan Pienta going to roll off in your 28th starting position. 29th going to be the 22 of Jared Hagerdorn. The 40 of Josiah Millen going to start 30th. 31st, and rounding out your 31 car field here tonight, the number 7 of Doug Ungari. So the cars are rolling down the backstretch, getting some heat in these tires, and we're going to go green flag racing here in a moment. It's going to be the last time for these drivers to tune up these machines as we're waiting on that pace car to roll off the track here. And we are racing for the last time here in the season from Miami. Morgan Beard going to take the green flag. As you see, everybody still side by side. No big moves right now, but Morgan Beard is gonna clear Zach Nichols there for the first position. They're 3 wide towards the back of that field. Looks like right around the Eric Holly position back there. In the 18th, they were 3 wide for a moment, and right here, Robert Duvendak towards the front of this field is right in front of them. Tyler Dugan, Ross Cato and John Furness all were 3 wide. That's not what one of your championship contenders want to see at the front of this field. First lap already in the books here. They're going to go quick. Morgan Beard is going to lead lap number 1. Zach Nichols, though, you see him really trying to get to the inside early here on Morgan Beard. Morgan Beard has laps here. He has turned laps from Miami before, as he is one of those drivers out there. As you see his driver photo come up on screen, he's a Roush Fenway development driver, and he's out here turning laps with these guys. Right now, it looks like he's going to come off turn number 4. He's going to lead another lap. I see a big move there to the inside. The number 12 of Robert Duvendak going to the inside of the 81 of Dan Dill. So right now, give the 8th position to Robert Duvendak. See Ross Cato using a little bit of that apron. There's a little contact, or before that, there was a little contact between the 57 of Ross Cato and the 88 of Sean Butler. There's a lot of damage on that front, or sorry, the rear left of the 88. As you see Robert really going in there hard. He's trying to get positions early. Almost forced, looked like the 42 of Tyler Dugan. They're 3 wide back here. Almost forced Dugan into a bad position, as kind of was right on the door of the number 12 of Robert. They made it work right now, and Robert finds himself moving through the field really fast, real early here, but right on his coattails, the number 10 of Jamie Leach isn't going to let him get that far ahead. Right now, it's Robert Duvendak, the best of your championship 5. Still not enough. I really think Robert's going to have to go out here tonight and win this one. Right now, he's putting himself in contention, finding himself in 6th. Morgan Beard, though, still out front. Him and Zach Nichols have already pulled, it looks like, a 1.5 second lead over Sean Butler. So these two drivers right here, right now, have just pretty much checked out on the field here after 4 laps. Working lap number 5 here. Let's look back towards the middle of this field here, as they're still side by side back here for a lot of these drivers. It's one of those races that, if you look towards the back here, it looked like Eric Holly was in a 3 wide situation. Jordan Smith to his inside, and Cole Day was on the bottom lane right there in front of Eric Holly, though. Brennan Bogo and Cody Levitt. So Levitt right now finds himself in that 14th position. Brennan Bogo's 15th. Eric Holly is 16th right now. So Cody Levitt just kind of hanging on, trying to do what he needs to do here tonight. As every driver wants the bonus points, but every driver has a different agenda here tonight. Cody Levitt really just wants to stay out of trouble. Eric Holly wants to stay out of trouble and be around at the end, along with Jamie Leach. Robert Duvendak and Brennan Bogo, they practically have to go out there and sneak one away. They're going to have to win one here tonight. What a better time than to win one and win a championship. What a sweet tune that would be. Robert Duvendak now kind of stalled out since he got into the 4th position, right behind the 57 of Ross Cato right there, the Heinz 57 machine. As I'm looking a little bit towards the front of this field here, Sean Butler, as you see Doug Ungari off the pace there down towards the bottom, allowing themselves to work themselves around him. Sean Butler in the 88 right now runs 3rd, but he does find himself, or did find himself about a second and a half back. I'll get words right here tonight sooner or later. About a second and a half back. Now that's under a second, so he is coming for the leaders here. The question is, are the leaders saving and Sean pushing, or is Sean just that much quicker? Because John Furness is right in tow, right behind him in the My Little Pony machine. He finds himself a second and a half back and 4th. Looking back at the rear of the field here, Eric Holly was side by side once again back here. Just kind of rolling around, trying to get laps underneath themselves. That's all you have to do here tonight. 7 laps in the books here. Morgan Beard coming across the stripe right there to lead another one. All 8 laps here tonight have been led by driver number 10. Morgan Beard still out front. Let's find Zach Nichols there in that 2nd position. Top 3 at the top of your screen here. What a way it would be able to send Morgan Beard out for the season here also. The guy runs up front week in, week out, just never able to really close them out here. Always, something always seems to go wrong with the 10 machine towards the end of these races. Whether, it's, maybe pushing a little hard, or bad, pit entry, or speeding on pit road, or just not having a good executed stop. The bad luck for driver 10 just never stops happening. Right now, all good luck, though, for driver 10 as Morgan Beard finds himself out front. But there's the move. A little move to the inside by number 15 of Zach Nichols. Zach Nichols going to go door to door as they go down into turn number 3. Does the inside lane still have a little bit of grip right there? You see him. He had to pedal it a little bit. You saw the number 10 right on his door there. You were able to hear the pedal from the number 15. Didn't want to get back into it and push up into Morgan. That could have ruined both drivers' nights here, as we're 10 laps now in the book. 70 laps to go here from Homestead to decide this one. Looking through your timing and scoring, Robert Duvendak still sitting 6th. Jamie Leach is still 10th. Cody Levitt's 13th. Brennan Bogo 14th. And Eric Holly runs 15th. Still green flag racing here. Fuel here tonight, you can go about 48 to 53 laps. These guys do run a 100% fuel load in the truck, so that's only going to equal out to 1 pit stop that they're going to have to make. So 1 pit stop. The question is, though, if we get a long green flag run and we get there into lap 40, because lap 40 being halfway, at that point you're going to be able to pretty much make it the rest of the way on fuel. Well, not pretty much, you will be. The question is, though, tires. At what point do you want to come down and get tires? You know, tires here from Homestead after about, well, we're at that point, 12 laps. They are pretty much junked. As you see, Morgan Beard was a little bit sideways. It's going to allow Zach Nichols to go to the inside once again. Tires are going to be the big factor here. They're going to go door to door down into turn number 1. You see the flames coming out of both exhaust pipes. Both of them drivers having to lift as they go down into these corners to get the truck to rotate. That's called mechanical grip, being able to get that truck to turn. But as these two are side by side, that's allowing the number 88 of Sean Butler. Sean Butler, who was a 1.5 seconds back, now finds himself 0.3 seconds back. And then John Furness also on the hunt. He's not even a second back anymore. He's about a 0.5 seconds back. But there you saw it. Zach Nichols going to the lead. Can Zach Nichols hang on? Zach Nichols is now your leader, and he has led 1 lap here from Miami. He's always one of those dangerous guys that if he gets out front, it's going to be hard to get back around him. Morgan Beard slipped up. Zach Nichols went around. So now it's Zach Nichols, Morgan Beard, Sean Butler, John Furness, still Ross Cato, then Robert Duvendak. That's your top 6 as they run here from Miami after 13 laps. 13 laps in the book. You see a little bit of 2 different lines being run there between Zach Nichols and the number 10 of Morgan Beard. Morgan being down off the top side just about 1.5 lanes, and then you see Zach Nichols running a little bit higher. This time down into turn 1, though, they flip-flop. Zach Nichols goes to the bottom. Morgan was kind of running that, I want to say, about a 1/2 car length up. Question is how much tires are left on both of these trucks, as they've really stormed away from the field, and now the field has kind of come back to them. Right there you see Sean Butler. He's only about maybe a truck and a half back there of the number 10 of Morgan Beard, and then it's about the same distance back to John Furness. So now it's a 4-car battle here at the front of this one. Zach Nichols, Morgan Beard, Sean Butler, John Furness. My Little Pony truck, he came to play at Homestead. Right now, it looks like we have 2 drivers off the track. The 00 of Evan Pienta actually has not turned a lap here in this event, along with Tyler Gary in the 123. Neither of those drivers have turned a lap and are currently not on track. Doug Ongari, not sure what happened to Doug Ongari. He is sitting on pit road right now. We're just as shocked as he is in that picture. He finds himself 12 laps down. Zach Nichols being able to open up just a little bit of a gap right now. He finds himself, yeah, look at that. We were talking about the different lanes. Morgan Beard, the first one out of our front 4 here to really go towards the top of this one, as he went to the top today, Junior. There in turns 1 and 2. You hear him off the throttle having to work it as he went down into turn number 3. He's going to run about almost 2 car lengths higher than the 88 of Sean Butler. That time's through turns 3 and 4. Here comes John Furness. John Furness now looking to the inside of the 88 of Butler here as they go down into turn number 1. They're going to go side by side. 3 different lanes by 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Miami just kind of one of those tracks that you'd be able to put the truck anywhere you want, and it's going to put on some good racing. Now John Furness is going to go into your 3rd position. Sean Butler's going to slot back into 4th. Dalton Kilrow back here in a battle. Eric Holly has now worked his way around Cody Levitt. Now he's trying to work over the 41 there of Dalton. He has a fender on him. The question is, though, can he make the pass? Just because you can get there doesn't mean you're going to be able to make the pass. Right now, Eric, see, you saw it there, not having the momentum down the straightaways. Actually, I see a little bit of right front damage on Eric Holly. I'm not sure if he was in the wall at one point. You see it as we go on board. You see a little bit of a crinkle right there on that right front. You see the hood kind of sticking up. And Miami is one of those tracks that really does take a lot of aerodynamics. So going to be interesting to see how much damage is done to the front end of that number 8, because that damage could end up causing that truck to push and try and quote-unquote drive like a dump truck or push like a bulldozer going through the field or going through the corners. That could end up chewing up the tires, as now he finds himself right now not able to make the pass on Dalton Kilrow, so put Eric Hawley 13th, Cody Levitt 14th. Brennan Bogo has now worked his way inside the top 10 as he got around Jamie Leach a couple laps ago on timing and scoring, is saying. As actually, if we look back here on Jamie Leach's truck, it looks like Leach has also been into the outside wall at some point, maybe dancing with the devil around the outside lane, as you see him working the middle lane now. So possibly into the outside lane there for Jamie Leach in the Great Lakes Brewing number 2 machine. Finds himself 11th, though, doing exactly what he has to do. Brennan Bogo's just right in front of him. He has Eric Hawley and Cody Levitt right now behind him. So right now, Jamie Leach has picked up a couple points. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that would be 3 points gained for driver number 2, 1 point gained for driver number 8. And Robert Duvendak right now finds himself in the 6th position, 1 point out of getting the extra bonus point, as he needs to be inside that top 5 to get a couple more bonus points, and he's on his way right now. Looks like a battle up here still for that 2nd position. These 3 drivers have not figured out who's going to take it. Is it going to be Morgan Beard hanging on to have it? Is it going to be Sean Butler to the outside in the 88, or is the My Little Pony Express machine of Furness going to come around here? As these 3 battle it out, though, Zach Nichols has opened up a 1-second gap. He has just set sail here with 21 laps in the books, coming to finish lap number 22. These laps are going quick. Well, we got to thank anybody who's out there in YouTube and over on iRacing.com for tuning in here tonight to watch the TNT Truck Series, the finale here from the Miami Speedway. Came down to the 5 drivers of Cody Levitt, Eric Hawley, Jamie Leach, Robert Duvendak, and Brennan Bogo. Yes, we keep putting a lot of emphasis on those top 5 drivers, as those 5 drivers are your championship contenders. As we're talking about championship contenders, the guys who are back here running for 3rd, 4th, or 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, they don't care. They're going to go 3 wide through turns 3 and 4 there, and then they're going to continue 3 wide down the front stretch. Morgan Beard to the outside, John Furness in the middle, Sean Butler going to sneak through on the inside. Now they're just going to do a crossover here. Butler going to be stuck in the middle this time. John Furness going to go to the inside and see if he can clear him. Looks like Morgan Beard's going to clear the 88 of Sean Butler. He's going to have to kind of fall back, as they're going to go single file this time into turns 3 and 4. The show that these 3 drivers are putting on and giving each other all the room they can here from Miami. It's wide, it's banked. You have progressive banking throughout the entire corner, as they showed it. But they're going to go single file right now. Morgan Beard's going to hang on to that 2nd position. John Furness is 3rd, Sean Butler 4th. Now that gap between Zach Nichols and Morgan Beard there, the 1st to 2nd place gap, has now grown to a 2.5 seconds, as it looks like Sean Butler's not done trying. He goes to the inside here on John Furness, coming off turn 2 down the back. Oh, we got a yellow. It looks like Dalton Kilrow possibly being the driver that is off the pace, spun around, as Jordan Smith is involved in this. Not sure what happened. Let's see if we can go back here on lap number 24 and see exactly what happened. It looked like Dalton Kilrow was running with the 38 of Cody Levitt. That was for, it looks like, your 13th and 14th position. Let's see what happened as Levitt to the inside, Kilrow on the outside as they worked down the, or I believe that's the front stretch right there. See Levitt to the inside. Oh, Jordan Smith in the 25 gave a little bit of a shot there to the back bumper of Kilrow. Kilrow around. Looks like Cole Day also involved. All these other drivers able to pretty much work themselves around the accident. Let's go back and let's go on. Well, that's not exactly who we wanted. We know where Robert Duvendak is. Let's go here on board with the driver of the 25 and see exactly what happened as they went into turn 1. A little bit of a bump, and that's all it pretty much took. The 25 trying to refire it and find a gear as you hear that motor really struggling to pretty much come back to life. Dalton Kilrow's night looks to be just about over. Jordan Smith's night pretty much over with. But it looks like out front is Morgan Beard, but he's down pit road right now. So let's see as Wait for these guys to come off pit road here. Zach Nichols did have a 1.5 second lead. Zach Nichols down and away. It looks like he'll win the race off pit road there from John Furness. Morgan Beard is going to come off there in your third position. Then it looks like it's going to be the 57 of Ross Cato, Robert Duvendak, Tyler Dugan, Brennan Bogo's jumping up a position, Jamie Leach gaining a position. Anthony Reynolds comes out 9th. Eric Holly is coming out in your 10th position. That's going to be your top 10 here after your pit cycle. So we saw some good 3-wide battling up towards the front of this field, as that was between the number 28 of John Furness, Morgan Beard, and the 88 of Sean Butler. But looking through timing and scoring, Sean Butler really fell as he spent 49 seconds in the pit box, and Sean Butler going to fall all the way to 17th. Let's see if maybe we can get a word in with the driver of the number 88, as we're going to cut you off, Sean. We're going to pull you up here and ask what happened there on pit road. As we see on timing and scoring, you spent 49 seconds on pit road.
That little bit of damage I got from when John Furness ran into me going into 2 there, or into 1, I mean, and we're showing 12.5 seconds, so I was like, well, I guess I'll just get it fixed now.
Yeah, you got it fixed, and that's going to put you back in the 17th position, though. How hard is it going to be to make your way through this field? We see you're very fast and you're very competitive out there, as we saw you go 3 wide. What's it going to take now to get back to the front here?
Miracle. I don't know. They're gonna be so far out in front of me by the time I even get through some of these cars. I just, without some more cautions or something, I just don't see it happening, but oh well.
Well, you're not going to be able to make it here from fuel, so I mean, you could possibly work a little bit of strategy in. And do you think being the first to pit road here with the tires, do you think that's possibly something that you could do, and would it play out as an advantage being first down pit road?
Oh yeah, definitely. Tire fall off is pretty big here, so if you can get down pit road a lap or 2 before the leaders, it'd definitely pay off. Whether or not it'll pay off in the long run, I'm not sure.
Yeah, not sure, but it looks like you got the 1 to go signal, so we'll get you back down there to, I believe you were in Fast Forward Racing, and good luck the rest of the way here tonight.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
There you heard it. He got a little bit of damage fixed on the 88, and that put him all the way back into the 17th position. Now he's going to have to come through the field. The question is, can he come through the field? And we're just going to have to keep an eye on him, but I know the guy who's out front, he doesn't have to come through the field. Zach Nichols finds himself out front. John Furness is second, Morgan Beard is third, Ross Cato's fourth, and then Robert Duvendak is going to round out your top 5 here. So we had 1 caution flag here tonight for 3 laps. Working lap number 28. When we get the green flag, we're going to be on lap number 30. So a long green flag run. These guys were possibly only about 10 to 15 laps away from making the green flag pit stop. Now the question is, when will that green flag pit stop come? We know these guys, if they can make it to lap 40, after that, they can make it the rest of the way. You heard Sean Butler say he thinks tires are going to be the big factor here, so it might be the guy who comes down pit road first, walking away with it as pace car's in. We're back to green flag racing. Zach Nichols not wasting any time getting on the loud pedal. He's going to go down into turn 1. He clears John Furness, and he's going to bring the number 10 of Morgan Beard right along with him. Morgan Beard now finds himself in the second position. They're going to go single file for your top 5. Single file for your top 5. As you see, Morgan Beard look to the inside, but he's not going to be able to make the move. You got to go all the way back here to Brennan Bogo, Jamie Leach, and Eric Holly for the first couple guys of side-by-side that are really side-by-side, as Brennan Bogo looking to the inside here of Jamie Leach, trying to take away the 7th position from Jamie, because Bogo knows he has to go, and he knows he has to get to the front. A lot of your championship contenders coming towards the front of this field. Robert Duvendak is 5th. Brennan Bogo is now 7th. Jamie Leach is 8th, and Eric Holly's 9th. Cody Levitt comes into the tonight with a 10-point points lead, and right now finds himself in 15th. But Brennan Bogo started 11th, now finds himself in 7th. There's the man on the move, though, right now inside your top 5, walking away with a couple bonus points like he needs to do if he can just keep himself there. Right now he's going for the 4th position on the outside, though, of the 57 of Ross Cato as they go down into the turn once again. that outside lane really looking like it might be coming in a little bit right here now. See Eric Holly also making a move back here. He's trying to defend himself and not let Anthony Reynolds get around him, as they're going to go too wide in the corner. You see really two distinct different lines as the two of Jamie Leach right in front of them. Eric Holly going to be able to slide up there in front of the 82 of Anthony Reynolds. So he's going to be able to hang on to his top 10 right now in that 9th position. Cody Levitt, though, we were talking about him running in that 14th position. Sean Butler has gotten around him now, so that puts Levitt back into your 15th position. So there's your championship update, but back out front, still the same song, the same dance. Zach Nichols still leading the way here from Miami. 20 laps led for driver number 15, and that's what we pretty much seen him do week in and week out over here. A couple weeks ago, though, we did see him dominate at Pocono, and then a last lap pass coming through turns number 3 by the number 5 of Matt Kemp got the better of Zach Nichols as they went door to door down the front stretch from the tricky triangle. Matt Kemp outlasting his teammate of the 15 of Nichols. Right now, though, Zach Nichols is out front. If you guys can remember, back before the holiday break, the TNT Truck Series did head over to the Eldora Speedway, and Zach Nichols put her on pole and led 80 laps there. Every lap from Eldora was led by the number 15 of Zach Nichols. We have another caution out on track that might involve the number... Oh, the 18 of Steve Holmes involved. I believe the 81 of Dan Dill also there, along with Jared Hagerdorn and the number 40 of Josiah Millen. Let's see if we can take one of these MaxSpeedTV replays as the 81 of Dan Dill's pretty much tore up. Let's go back and see if we can find Dan Dill and exactly what happened. Let's go from overhead here and see where this one started. Looks like Jared Hagerdorn going down into the corners right in front. Steve Holmes also right in front, as we know those two drivers were involved. Oh, it looks like a little bit of a push from the number 22, and then the big accordion effect happened there. Holmes and Dill, Millen, and Hagerdorn involved. Let's see, let's go on board with driver of the 22 as he goes down the backstretch. Oh, it looks like the 47 of Raymond Mazzozo Jr. also being involved, as you saw that white 47 machine really shoot down pit road as he got into it. Looked like that was the 40 of Josiah Millen. So it looks like Jared Hagerdorn with a lot of damage. All those drivers having a lot of damage. Maybe Josiah Millen having the least out of those guys. But right now, a little bit of strategy being played. It looks like the number 24 of little Jeff Pogo going to stay out there and possibly lead a lap here, as Steve Holmes looked like he's going to bring the number 18 machine down pit road. Well, let's find out what driver 24 is running through his head right now. Jeff Pogo, you got a copy? It's Roger up here in the booth.
I got you, Roger.
Well, Jeff, tell us what's happening here. You got 9 laps on your tires since you have pitted, and you're going to stay out there. It looks like Ross Cato, who's right next to you, is going to put 2 tires on the 57 truck. So no tires, 2 tires, or 4 tires. What's going on here?
It's going to be tires. I'm probably going to take a penalty here, just see where I fall back. Just wanted to lead that lap and get a bonus point for these team points. Make sure we get it locked up.
Yeah, I'll speak today. You're in contention for not only a championship spot here, as you're battling with David Carmen, Cole Day for that 6th position. So you're going to lead a lap here for the championship individual points, and then you're going to go out there and you're going to lead a lap for your team points. How's the track so far as we're 36 laps into this one?
For me, it feels really tight. Normally, I can run right against the wall, run the Larson line, but tonight it just doesn't seem like it wants to work.
Yeah, we haven't seen really anybody really migrate to the tippy top of this one and dust it off just yet. We've seen a lot of 3-wide battling. Does the track have enough grip, though, to run 3-wide?
It does, but you got to have the right people around you to do it.
Well, now that you're going to find yourself, it looks like once you come out of pit road, you're probably going to be in about the 24th position. What's it going to take, though, to get that 24 machine back towards the front?
Not too sure, just out of trouble. I don't think I have a top 10 truck, really. We'll see what happens.
Well, now I think you're pulling the wool over everybody's head. If anybody who knows anything about little Jeff Pogo, last year he was the Xfinity champion, and he did win that finale to win that championship. So we know, Jeff, we know you have speed in the 24. The question is, where are you going to find it, and when are you going to find it?
Don't know. I guess time will tell.
Time will tell. Well, hey, we'll let you get back here out on track, because I believe we got the one to go that time. So pull your belts tight and try and send it back towards the front.
Sounds good. Thanks, sir.
So the 24, Jeff Pogo just out there trying to get a couple bonus points here since it is the finale race, trying to see what he can do. So that's going to hand the lead over to the 57 of Ross Cato. Side by side, he'll go down into turn 1 once we go back green flag racing with the 28 of John Furness and his My Little Pony machine. Zach Nichols finds himself in that 3rd position with Morgan Beard in the 4th position. Robert Duvendeck doing exactly what he needs to do right now. Finds himself inside the top 5 with a chance. That's what he wanted to come in here with, and that's what he has, a chance. Tyler Dugan's going to line up there next to him in 6th. Brennan Bogo, one of your championship 5. He's right there in your actual 8th position, as Sean Butler is in your 7th position. Jamie Leach is 9th, and Ed Hewitt finds himself right now in your 10th position. Pace car is off. Green flag is waving. We're back green flag racing as they head towards turn number 1. Looks like Ross Cato is going to clear John Furness by the time they get into 1. Down into 1, you see them all storming along there. A couple of them side by side towards the middle of the field. Looks like the 8 of Eric Holly was looking to the inside here. He's going to get Luke LaFaro, so now put Eric Holly into your number 12 position. As now he looks to the outside, but no grip there for Eric Holly. It looks like he pretty much straight pushed off the corner. Luke LaFaro going to be able to battle back on the inside as they work down the front stretch here. Luke LaFaro, Eric Holly once again going to go side by side down into turn number 1. As this battle is, look at the battle that's up here. Sean Butler now finds himself in 7th. They were 3 wide there for a moment with Tyler Dugan to the outside, Robert Duvendeck in the middle, and Sean Butler was on the inside. They kind of worked it out there for a moment. Butler's going to let that kind of cool down and try and mount the charge. As actually there looks to be a lot of rear end damage on the number 12 of Robert Duvendeck. Not sure where that came from. As you see a lot of these guys single file out down through the straightaways, and then they will fan out as they go into the corner, as they're really able to race through the entirety of the corner. You pick a lane, you can pretty much run there. As you see the 41 of Dalton Kilroe coming back out here on track after his motor had expired there earlier on in the race. He is 15 laps down right now in the 27th position. So he's out of contention, but he's also inside your top 20 in points, and he'd like to finish the year inside the top 20. Out front, though, 28 John Furness now has been out front 2 laps for the number 28 of the My Little Pony Express machine. Ross Cato, there's there in 2nd, but Morgan Beard once again coming back towards the front of this one. He's going to go right around the inside there of the 57. So now put Morgan Beard into your 2nd position, and Zach Nichols filled the gap there. Came right off the inside coming off turn number 2. Slid right up in front of Ross Cato. So now Zach Nichols is sitting there in your 3rd position. Ross Cato kind of going a little bit backwards. Remember, Ross Cato did take only 2 tires on that last stop. So that truck, we heard from a couple drivers that it was a little tight out there, and now Ross puts 2 tires on the 57, hopefully trying to free that machine up. And maybe just a little too free. See another car coming off pit lane there. That's going to be the 24 of Jeff Pogo. It looks like he actually had a serve a stop-and-go penalty. So trouble for driver 24 as he's 2 laps down right now. Oh, really sends it off into the corner there with Zach Nichols. Not sure that's exactly what Jeff Pogo wanted to do. That's probably not what he was trying to do, but that's what happened there. He'll give way, though. He'll let the leaders go by him. You see the gap there between 1st and 2nd. It's about 8/10 now. John Furness extending the lead here on the long run. Only a handful of laps. I say long run, but it's only been about 8 laps since these guys have been down pit road. It's just with Morgan Beard trying to defend and make passes back here. It's allowing John Furness to kind of work away. Tyler Dugan back here Looking to the inside right now, the 57 of Ross Cato. Looks like Tyler Dugan actually has a little bit of right front damage also on that number 42. Timing and scoring, jumping, and I'm getting numbers all mixed up because Jeff Pogo's right behind him in the 24. Championship contenders. We talked about the little bit of a damage on the back of the number 12. Robert Duvendak now sliding through the field, came out in that fifth position, now finds himself back in the 8th position. Brennan Bogo has got around him. Brennan going towards the front of this one. You got a couple of your championship contenders running 7th, 8th, and 9th. The 9th place guy being Jamie Leach in the 2 machine. Eric Holly right behind him. He finds himself in the 11th position, though. Josh Cully separating both of them as Ed Hewitt looks to the inside of Eric Holly through turns 1 and 2 there. Not sure if he's going to be able to put the power down. Eric Holly really running to the outside, being able to keep the momentum up as Eric Holly will still retain that position. Cody Levitt right now finds himself in 13th, your championship leader coming into this one in 13th right now. Furness still leading the way in the 28 My Little Pony Express machine. 8 laps now out front. Looks like right now 3 trucks off track. The number 25 of Jordan Smith has called it a night. He's loaded the 25 up. Disappointing season for Jordan Smith. Jordan Smith only having 1 victory this year in the TNT Truck Series, and that's not what he really came into the season hoping for. Really a down year. Because he's a contender. He's one of those guys that always is towards the front of the races, and not having it this year. So an early exit for driver 25. Take a look through the field. There's the 18 of Steve Holmes. Steve Holmes, one of those guys that for the USRA they did put a team into the 24 Hours of Daytona. So him, Eric Holly, Jeff Pogo, Jordan Smith, Dalton Kilroe, those guys were out there, and I believe along with Jason Young, who is a spotter for the 25 of Jordan Smith. So all those drivers attacking the 24 Hours of Daytona, not having the finish they wanted to, but they all said it was a blast, and now they're going to try for Bathurst. They tell me this is the next one, and they will be out there competing. Towards the field here, the number 5 of Matt Kemp. 2-time winner here with the TNT Truck Series. Won back-to-back. Won at Pocono a couple weeks ago, and then won again the following week from Texas as he finds himself in the 15th position. Not sure where the front-end damage came from on the number 5. He has a little bit of front-end damage there. You see that Silverado nose crinkled up. He's going to look to the inside, though, coming down the front stretch here on the number 20 of Luke LaFaro. See if he's going to be able to make that pass or not. Looks like the number 5 of Matt Kemp will make that pass around the number 20 of Luke LaFaro. So putting now Kemp in your 14th, LaFaro back into your 15th position. Timing and scoring. Everybody's pretty much single filed out till they get into your corners. It looks like we're going to have to go up here to about your 6th position, which is side by side, but it's not a battle for position as the 57 of Cato is running 6th. Jeff Pogo to his inside. He's all the way down into your 22nd position, 2 laps down. So Jeff Pogo staying out the lead a lap, then came down, then got the black flag and had to serve that penalty under green. So I guess a situation that went from bad to worse real quick for driver 24. got two of the Carmens back here. That's Dave in the 30 and then Skip in the 19. They're battling it out for the 16th and 17th position. Maybe a little family rivalry right here. One drives a Silverado, the other drives a Tundra. I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe one's right, one's wrong, but right now looks like Dave has the better of Skip. That United States Postal Service truck flying around the high side. Looks like the 88 of Sean Butler said it was going to be hard to come back through the field, but right now finds himself sitting in third. Needed some help from cautions, and he got it. He actually spent 10 seconds in pit lane, so I'm guessing he actually took 2 tires on that 88 machine to get a little bit of track position, and that freed the truck up, as he was one of the drivers I was complaining it was a little bit tight. So now he's actually inside your top 3 after being buried in the field. Now the question is, these guys have been out there for, it looks like 20 laps on tires. A couple of them have 21 laps on their tires. When are they going to start to come down pit road? Sean Butler said the first one down pit road, probably going to be the guy who's going to gain a lot of time. You see a couple sparks off that number 10 machine of Morgan back there. Contenders for the championship out there, and we'll run through them once again for you. The number 12 of Robert Duvendak sitting in, he's 7th on track. He came into tonight 4th in points, 17 points out of the lead. Right now finds himself the farthest front here in the field is Brennan Bogo, who's right behind him in the 78. He came in your 5th position, 25 points back, as those two are going to battle it right now for that 7th position. They must have a little bird in their ear saying, you're on air, go for her. So right now it looks like Brennan Bogo going to go to the inside. These two drivers pretty much need to go out here tonight and win the race, and that's exactly what they're trying to do right now, though. Robert Duvendak going to be able to battle back and stay in front of the 78 of Brennan Bogo, as he's going to now jump to the inside here and try and take 6th position away from the 57 of Ross Cato. You see Cato headed to the outside lane. Maybe the tires, those 2 tires, just not working. Maybe he can find a grip to the outside, as Duvendak's going to get around him. Now Brennan Bogo going to look to the inside and follow Duvendak right around the 57 of Cato. So as we watch that, let's check on the next championship contender running in line. That's Eric Hawley. Eric finds himself running in your 10th position. He came into tonight tied for 2nd, 10 points back. And the guy he was tied with for 10 points back from the championship, that's the number 2 of Jamie Leach, and he runs right behind him in the number 11th position. Then you got to go a little bit farther down the charts. Cody Levitt came in with a 10-point. He was your championship leader coming into tonight. Right now, he finds himself back in 17th spot. He had a 10-point cushion, but now is 10 points good enough? He knows he really needs to keep the 8 of Eric Hawley and the 2 of Jamie Leach in his sights. Right now, they're just a handful of spots in front of him. Robert Duvendak, we talked about him a moment ago, needs to come out here and win as he got around Cato. Looks like Brennan Bogo still not able to get around the 57 of Ross Cato. So that's 6th, 7th, and 8th right there running nose to tail as you see him go into the corner. Bogo looking to the inside. Just not able to get back to the throttle because he's afraid he'll probably push up, as you saw a big push out of the number 12 truck of Robert Duvendak that time. That's going to allow Cato to kind of close the gap. Eric Hawley, though, back here still battling. It looked like for a moment he was going to jump to the inside going into turns 1 there. But he elected to stay right where he is, as the 41 truck of Dalton Kilroe right there behind Eric Hawley. Dalton finds himself 24th, 17 laps down, not in contention. Like I said, though, in your 20th position, you see the 5 of Matt Kemp really dive it down there, going into the corner, trying to get around Kilroe. Out front, still the 28, John Furness. Zach Nichols, though, hanging right there, about a second or a half second back. Nichols led 23 laps. Furness has now led 22 laps. He's working on lap 23. Then it's a big gap back to the 88 of Sean Butler. But a 1.8, 1.9 second gap between first and third. 19 laps to go. The question is yet, I have not seen anybody come down pit road. Actually, Ed Hewitt is down pit road. Not sure if that is a planned stop or not, as Ed Hewitt is actually 5 laps down right now as the leaders go by him once again. So look for pit stops to be happening anytime now. The question is when. Who's willing to come down pit road? And is somebody going to gamble? Are they going to put the 2 tires out there? Ooh, big wiggle from the number 5 of Matt Kemp. It looks like he was actually into the outside wall. That's going to allow the aid of Eric Holly to get side by side, but Holly not going to push the issue. He's going to let Kemp go as he knows Kemp probably heated up his tires a little bit as you see the 5 really pushing coming through the middle off of that corner there. It's going to allow Holly to go to the inside here. Can Eric Holly? No, he won't have the momentum. He's going to have to slot back behind him before he gets into turn 1. Looks like right now Brennan Bogo, though, still trying to get around the 57 of Ross Cato. Ever since Robert Duvendak has worked his way around the 57 of Cato, he has not been able to make any headway. Ooh, a big wiggle that time off turn number 4. That's what we're talking about. The tires are starting to wear out. Who is going to be the first one to dive to pit road for 4 fresh rubbers? Right now you see Cato looking now to the inside of Duvendak. Yellow's out. Yellow's out on track. It looks like it's not Ed Hewitt, but it looks like driver 8, Eric Holly, has spun her around and now towed. Let's see what happened to one of your championship contenders, as that's really going to hurt for Eric Holly. Let's go over top here of Eric Holly and see exactly what happened with him. Coming off turn number 4, big slide, tried to correct it, put it in the outside wall. Jamie Leach had to take, maneuvers to really get around. Holly puts it into the grass, motor expires. Unfortunately, that looks like it might be the end for the championship hunt for Eric Holly, as he's going to have to tow it back to pit road. He finds himself sitting on pit road. John Furness, though, out front. Now, this is going to allow all these drivers, you can guarantee it's going to be busy at the Madhouse. Everybody's going to be coming down pit road this time. They're going to put 4 fresh tires on it, and they are going to battle it out here. It's going to look like probably 11 to 12 laps once we go back green flag racing, so this is the money stop. Who is going to come out on top? Is there one of the championship contenders, the championship 4 that are left? Will one of them elect to possibly take a 2-tire stop? It's a risky call, but is somebody willing to take it? Let's see. Where's Robert Duvendak? He's back here. He's nose to tail with Brennan Bogo. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if Robert Duvendak, we know he's a strategy player, and sometimes he likes to roll the dice. See 2 of your championship contenders, 3 of them nose to tail, the 12, the 78, and the 2 is the C. See the right side's up on all 3 trucks. You see the left side's up, all 3 trucks. So all 4 of those, or all 3 of those guys are going to put on 4 fresh tires. It looks like who's going to win this battle between Duvendak and Bogo off pit road. It looks like Duvendak will actually end up still holding off Brennan Bogo on pit road, but it looks like Duvendak lost out there on pit road to the 57 of Ross Cato, but the guy who got out front first, the number 28 of John Furness. Top 5 there at the top of the screen. Know a couple of you are wondering why we're not interviewing the guy who spun around and lost at the 8 of Eric Holly. It's one of those situations where in a championship hunt, something is probably not a good idea right now to be interviewing the guy. He's probably a little hot-headed, a little ticked off at himself. We know Eric Holly very competitive, and he really wanted this championship. He felt like this was his event, this was his chance, and unfortunately, not going to be the ending to the season that Eric Holly wanted. Right now, he finds himself in the 22nd position, sitting on pit road with a beat-up truck. Motor expired. Night over. Championship hunt done. Give you an update on the rest of your championship contenders. The 12 of Robert Duvendak finds himself 7th. He really has to go out there and win this one. The guy right behind him, the 78 of Brennan Bogo, he's in the same boat. They're both competitors. They're both trying to get to this win. Jamie Leach right now finds himself in the 10th position, but a couple positions back, the 38 of Cody Levitt finds himself 15th. So right now, Levitt just doing what he has to do. He's trying to get the his 5 bonus points and try and sneak this one away. The question is, though, with only a handful of laps here. Will one of those other drivers be able to sneak in and snatch it away from him? Anybody who knows Cody is very quiet. You know, this whole week, though, Cody Levitt on social media has been even quieter. He's like a church mouse. You didn't hear a peep from him all week. Robert Duvendak, on the other hand, loud pedal Duvendak out here. He's been out there. He's been saying he's going to win it. He's going to win it. So, I mean, two different tales of the stories there. The points leader and the guy who finds himself 17 points back. There's the one to go here before we go back to green flag racing. A couple of those guys, Dalton Kilroe, it looks like going to get a wave around along with Anthony Reynolds. And Jared Hagedorn also there with those guys. So three of those guys going to get at least one of their laps back right now. Right now on the lead lap, we have 18 trucks. 18 trucks on the lead lap. Jeff Pogo is the first truck, one lap down, along with Jared Hagedorn and the 82 of Anthony Reynolds. Well, let's see it, chat. Who do you got? Who are you pulling for? Who out of the top two here are going to decide this one? John Furness, Zach Nichols. We know both of them being fast here, leading over 20 laps here tonight. Can somebody like Sean Butler or Ross Cato come in? How about Tyler Dugan? Any Tyler Dugan fans out there? Tennessee guys, go Big Orange? Well, he got the orange part right, but Tyler, you got the wrong color orange. Go Syracuse Orange would have been what I would have said, but waiting on the pace car to pull off track here, and we can get back to green flag racing. We're going to wind them back up here with only 11 laps to go. There you see the green flag and a big checkup. Looked like the 15 of Zach Nichols not getting back to the loud pedal fast, and it's going to allow John Furness to go right around the outside, so now put the My Little Pony machine back out front. Morgan and Zach going side by side, though, with Butler and Cato right behind them going door to door. On that restart there, because that big checkup that allowed Jamie Leach to make up a couple positions, that put Jamie Leach now up in front of Robert Duvendak, and looking through here, trying to find the 78 of Brennan Bogo. Brennan Bogo not on track right now. Not sure what happened to driver 78. Brennan Bogo showed gray off the track right now. He's shown one lap down. John Furness out front, but the Hornets' Nest is back here with 7th. 7th is where one of your championship contenders run right now, and there's only 3 championship contenders left out there on track. This one's going to come down to who can outlast who is. Right now you see Butler and Cato up front here going side by side for that 4th and 5th position. Looks like Cato's going to get it, but Butler's going to go side by side with Dugan. And Zach Nichols is going to outlast the 10 of Morgan there. So now put Furness out front, Zach there in 2nd, and Morgan is in your 3rd position, with Cato still trying to get around Tyler Dugan back here for that 5th position. They're going to go 3 wide this time through turns 3 and 4 here, as we're going to come down to get the 8 to go signal. 8 laps to go for the season finale. Who's going to walk away with the win? Who's going to walk away with the championship? And who is going to walk away with a team championship? 3 different categories here on the line tonight. Ross Cato still being able to hold off the battle there with Sean Butler and Tyler Dugan right now as they work down the backstretch once again. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, if something happens up front, we'll bring it to you, but John Furness still leading the way. The battle right now is right here between the 88 of Butler, the 42 of Dugan, and the 57 of Ross Cato. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th position here on track. Looking through your timing and scoring, Eric Holly is sitting in his truck, but he's been on pit road sitting for 8 minutes. So that driver, driver of the 78, Brennan Bogo, also sitting on pit road now for 4 minutes. So he's out of this one. 38 of Cody Levitt, as everybody here up front goes single file. Let's check back to see where driver 38 is. Cody Levitt finds himself right now sitting in that 15th position. Jamie Leach, who's his closest competitor, finds himself in 10th. And Robert Duvendak still out there in your 7th position. 6 laps to go this time by. It's going to be 5 laps to go. Caution flag waves now. That will end it. That will seal the deal. Out front, John Furness. Does Zach Nichols have anything left in the tank? The gap is closed a little bit between those two drivers. There you see the distance between those two drivers at the front of this one. Laps are winding down, but we know sometimes Zach Nichols likes to save a little bit of his truck here for the end of this one. As you saw a big wiggle as he went to the bottom of the track there to try and really get the bottom. That's the shortest distance around the track. Unable to make it stick, as gave up about a half a car length to John Furness that time by. Coming to 3 laps to go. Little spark off Zach Nichols as you saw him maybe brush a little bit of the outside wall, but it doesn't seem to be like it hurt him at all. See them come off turn number 4. Now 3 laps to go. Can John Furness hang on to this one? John Furness, no stranger to victory lane. He hasn't won, though, since he had the My Little Pony paint scheme on the truck, and once again, he puts it back on the truck here for Homestead and finds himself out front. Two laps to go this time at the line. Right there's the distance as you see them work themselves down the front stretch, down into turn 1 once again. 2 laps to go. No positions have changed hands towards the front of this field. Actually, it looks like Cody Levitt has got around the 19 to Skip Carmen, so that puts Cody Levitt into your 14th position. Other than that, everybody else has held serve right now. This time by, we're going to get the 1 to go. Can the 28 of John Furness hang on? Or right there, Zach Nichols. Zach Nichols has not given up yet. 1 to go. There you saw it. Zach Nichols tried to take the bottom lane once again and just not able to hold the 15 truck there to that bottom lane. John Furness has 2 more corners to go. 2 more corners to go in the season finale, and the My Little Pony machine is, oh, look at Zach Nichols really throw it in there. Not able to get to the back bumper of John Furness. John Furness going to come off turn number 4. He's going to put the 28, the My Little Pony Express machine, back in victory lane once again here from Miami. John Furness taking the victory with Zach Nichols close in second. What a race we just had towards the end of this one. 80 laps now complete here from Miami. John Furness going to park the My Little Pony machine back in victory lane here once again. No stranger to it. Him and Zach Nichols battle it out once again. Congratulations to John Furness. We're going to have to wait, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said, this was the season finale for these drivers. So we're going to have to tally up these points real quick. We're going to have to see who won it. Was it Cody Levitt or Jamie Leach? Robert Duvendak not able to win this race or finish inside the top 5. So what it's really going to come down to is Jamie Leach and Cody Levitt, as John Furness is out there taking a handful of laps. We're going to step away. This might take a little bit longer than a usual, but we're going to bring you all the details here at the end of this one. What we can tell you, though, John Furness wins it. Zach Nichols is second. Morgan Beard's third. Ross Cato's going to come home fourth. And Tyler Dugan is going to walk away with 5th place. Welcome back to Homestead, Miami. You just watched the season finale for the TNT Truck Series here, and what a good one we had. We had 3 wide racing throughout this one, long green flag laps. Unfortunately, not able to see that green flag pit stop that we had all hoped for throughout the night. John Furness is going to walk away here with the win, but I believe, well, we'll get that right to you tonight. I believe we've caught up along with the second place finisher here of Zach Nichols. Zach, do you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, yes, he does. He says, well, Zach, you know, it's been a long year here. We've seen you for, I think you made 15 races out of the 20 race schedule here. You weren't in contention for a championship, but tonight you were in contention for a win. As you dove it into turns number 3 and 4 there, coming to take the checker flag, did you think you had enough to get to John, or were you pretty much just letting him know you were there?
I mean, I probably could have got to his bumper and bumped him up the track, but that happened at Phoenix, and yeah, I don't know. What happened after Phoenix, I didn't want that to happen again, so I had second thoughts about giving him the bumper in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I thought twice about giving him the bumper, but throughout your whole season here, we know you weren't in the championship hunt, and you found yourself towards the front of these races a lot. Tell us what goes into motivating you week in and week out here to drive on Tuesday nights and pretty much be at the front.
I mean, just racing this league's fun. I like racing leagues on here because they're a ton of fun, and there was a lot of people in this league, so I thought it was going to be fun, and it definitely was racing these races. I didn't think I was going to be this fast throughout the season, which I guess was good. But yeah, I mean, definitely having teammates and all that junk was fun to race against them and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Zach, for the last time here for this season, we're going to give you the mic. We're going to let you thank everybody you got to thank. Make it a good one, my friend.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting this whole season. It definitely stinking a lot of fun to go back and watch them. Definitely going to go back and watch this one. I'd like to thank the league admins for putting on this league, on the race and all that stuff. I think it was a league sponsor was Amy Cycling, if I'm not mistaken. I'd like to thank my teammates, John, Matt, Morgan, and Joe. But, you know, Joe hasn't been racing. I don't know why. Oh, yeah, and my dad, because he just yelled at me. I don't know. I guess that's it.
Well, you always got to thank Pops in the back. So, Mr. Nichols, thanks for letting Zach. I'll say it for you, Zach. Thanks for letting Zach come out here on a Tuesday night and compete with these guys. Always one of the strong competitors. Well, Zach, hopefully we'll see you back next year contending for the championship. But we're going to move on here with our post-race interviews. We're going to talk to the guy who's still out there on track, I believe. I think he's still kind of rolling around somewhere on track. That's going to be the winner of tonight's win. Yep, there he is. He may have blown the motor on the My Little Pony machine. But, John, you got a copy.
10-4, I got you.
John, did you just blow up the My Little Pony machine?
Yeah, we blew up on the front, so I think I did like the longest burnout ever. So that was pretty cool. Hope we get to see that. Did it like the whole front stretch and back, and yep, blew it up.
Well, I mean, we saw a little bit of it, and then, you know, it might have been just showing off. We just decided to take the camera off you because I'm not sure if you know this, John, but I'm looking at the My Little Pony truck, and it has a bow tie on the front. Do you know what's on the helmet?
No, there is a bow tie on the front here. Wait, there is maybe a Ford logo on my helmet. I can't remember.
Yeah, there's a Ford logo on the helmet. But, I mean, I guess we're going to have to forgive you for it as you led 41 laps here from Homestead. Tell us, what was the secret around this track here tonight?
Getting out front, staying there. It's really tough to be behind a truck here. It messes up the line. This track's really line sensitive. But we were able to get the My Little Pony Chevrolet Silverado up front and keep it there. Zach gave us quite a run there. I don't think he could have got to me. I'm just going to put that out there. You know, he said he could have got there. I was running a pretty conservative line. Maybe he could have put the bumper to me. I don't know. But we felt pretty comfortable about getting the win there. We had a really good short-run car and pretty good long run, too. We got out front and just coasted for a while. I say coasted, but I mean take it easy on the tires. And Although it was pretty fun, the setup was pretty tight, but it's a fun track to run. You can race side by side here quite a bit, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, side-by-side action we saw all night. But tell us what happened in the beginning of this race, because we saw a little bit of a scuffle between you and I believe it was the 88 of Sean Butler towards the initial start here, if you can remember back 80 laps ago. Tell us what transpired between you two.
Yeah, I got underneath him, and then we just we got together into one there. You know, you got to give and take a lot at this racetrack, and I was trying to take, and he was too, and it was pretty early, and I think we both understood the importance of track position, so we just came together. You know, sometimes you don't want to be in that very bottom groove, and I was trying to stay out of it, just keep my left side tires down there, and we just touched a little bit, so I backed off and hit the brakes, let him gather it back up to get rolling in front of us. I didn't want to take a spot that way, so sorry about that, but yeah, that's how that one went down there.
Yeah, but you did, you know, rebound. He rebounded for a good night himself. He's going to come home 6th. You're going to come home 1st, though. Well, John, it's the finale here. It was the final from Miami. You put that 28 machine in victory lane. Anybody you got to thank that helps you week in and week out with that?
Yeah, my teammates, Matt, Zach, Morgan, Joe, everybody that helps out on this deal. I'd like to thank my family for allowing me to come down here and spend the time to do this once or twice a week. It's a heck of a lot of fun. I really enjoy the league race and stuff more than anything official. Got a good group of guys here. Everybody likes to race clean and give respect, so that's pretty cool. I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting, and especially all the admins for putting this deal together. I can't tell you how much fun it is to race in these leagues. We got good sponsor in AIM E-Cycling, and everybody who tunes in on the broadcast. That's pretty cool to go back and watch all the live race replays. So also want to say you know, it stinks we can't be here on Thursday for the Xfinity finale. I think we got that championship wrapped up, but can't make that race. That's the first one all year we're gonna miss, and pretty cool to win that championship.
Well, congratulations for the championship. I know it's a little early, but you do have a pretty big lead there, so I don't think anybody's gonna catch you unless they've got some magical powers. I don't even know what to say to that, but congratulations for the Thursday night, and congratulations once again here for winning here from Homestead.
Yeah, thank you. I think I've got all the magical powers on this paint scheme here.
Well, you told us you were going to drive it. You drove it here tonight at Miami. Your winner here from Miami, though, being able to put the My Little Pony truck back in victory lane once again. John Furness going to do it again. Something we've seen here numerous times. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've got confirmation on something that everybody's been hanging around trying to wait for. The driver of the 38, Cody Levitt's going to walk away with the championship here. He doesn't know it just yet, but we're going to get to speak with him in just a moment. Cody Levitt, it looks like, if I'm looking at his scoring right, it looks like he's going to come out 6 points to the good over driver number 2 of Jamie Leach. Robert Duvendak did everything he could, but he's going to come home 10 points back here. Eric Hawley not having the night he wanted. He's going to fall from being second in the points, 10 points back to 23 points back, sitting 4th. Brennan Bogo tried everything he could do with that 78 machine. He ran up front, unfortunately, in the late stages of this one. I think he might have had a connection issue. He's going to hang on to 5th in points, but he's going to drop 36 points back. Now it's that time that everybody's been waiting for. They've been waiting to hear from the driver of the 38. Cody, do you got us?
I got you.
Well, Cody, congratulations. You've done it. You won the first championship here for the TNT Truck Series. How does it feel, my man?
I don't even know how to feel. Like, just 20 races, and, I mean, I was bad at, like, at least 8 of them, you know? And just luck played in my favor, especially today. I almost died a couple times. But I don't even know what to say. I have no words.
Yeah, you say you had some, like, not so good weeks there. Tell us one week that if you could go back here in the season, you would really want to have back. Because, I mean, we've been through all sorts of tracks. We've been over to Eldora. I know that's pretty much one that you wish you would have never even stepped on the track, if I remember right. You hate dirt tracks. You despise them.
Yeah, I cannot drive those. So if that was just, you know, gone, that'd be fine.
You wish that one would be gone. I'm sure a couple other of your competitors agree with you. But now, if you can remember back to the whole season, you don't have a win at all. You only have three top fives throughout the year. How did you do it? You only had 3 top 5s. You only had 8 top 10s on the whole entire year. You had the likes of John Furness or Zach Nichols. I mean, Robert Duvendak. All these guys that were finishing top 5s consistently, you outdueled them. How'd you do it?
I think it was just bonus points. And even though I wasn't getting top 5s, top 10s, I mean, I was always seemed to be like always top 15 car. Some people had really horrible races. Sometimes I had horrible races. And I mean, John Furness and Zach Nichols, they weren't here the entire season. So if they were, I'm pretty sure they'd be sitting here right now talking to you.
Well, they talked to us quite enough. Now it's your time. I mean, Cody, now that you win a championship here with the TNT Truck Series, what are you looking forward to on Thursday nights? You're going to be able to back this up. I know, this year's coming to an end over there, and you're not quite in contention, but are you possibly going to be looking to make a championship run again next year here for the TNT Truck Series, and once then over in the XRS Xfinity side?
I'm definitely hoping to. Maybe I'll upgrade my setup sometime soon, so I can get a little better wheel and feel a little more comfortable. Like I'm running on a $25 wheel that I bought off Craigslist, so we'll see what happens, man. I'm super excited for the next season. Super excited about this season as well. Like this is just unreal.
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, tell us about it, because you know, I may know a little bit more about you than a lot of our fans that are still tuning in, or a lot of your league competitors. Yourself, you find yourself to be more of a road course racer, and you came from the Forza division, and now you're here on iRacing. Tell us about that transition, and how long did it take you to get to the state that you are now on track?
It took a bit, because I mean, you're racing with the controller on Forza. Just getting the hand-eye coordination, the foot coordination, the gas, the brake. It's just like driving a regular car, but it's still so much different than Forza. I'm hoping to get some more road courses next year, hint, hint, wink, wink, USRA. Maybe we'll run 2. That'd be awesome. But I don't know, man. I don't.
Well, one thing I can say for you, though, Cody, congratulations. You're going to walk away being the first ever champion. Nobody can ever take that away from you. Unless do we have to check the tires on that 38 machine? Are those legal tires?
Tom Brady is not driving this car. Sorry.
All right, well, I guess we're deem them good right now. I mean, we're hand you the championship. Like I said, my friend, congratulations on the championship. Is there anybody you got to give a shout out to, man? You put 20 weeks of hard work in. You made all 20 races, and you're going to come away as the champion this year. Who do you got to thank for that? I mean, floor is yours, my man. You want to scream? Let the fans hear it.
I mean, I really want to thank my teammates. Cole Day, Craig when he was here. Craig Schwartz ran with us for, I don't know, like 10 weeks or so. And then Jeff Pogo stepped up and joined the team. And they've both been a real good help. Tell me, which lines are working, which lines aren't. If they wreck out, they'll spot for me. They help out so much. I want to thank them. I want to thank all the people watching for, giving us the views. Thank you guys for broadcasting, and definitely thank USRA for putting on the league. Thank my mom, thank my dad, for bringing me onto this earth. And thank the man himself, God up there. If it wasn't for him, I mean, none of us would be here. So.
Well, there you heard it. The champion. That's what he had to say. It's usually the quiet man himself, but this time he had a couple words to say, and that's what you heard from him. He's got to thank the man upstairs, mom and dad, everybody who helps put this show on. He's going to walk away your champion, your first-time champion. Nobody can take it away from him. I believe we got one other interview before we get into some politics. Let's see if we can get a word in with driver number 2, Jamie Leach. Jamie, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, Jamie, you did everything you could do out there tonight. You closed the gap. You gained 4 points on Cody Levitt. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough at the end. What did you need to possibly bring home the championship?
I think I needed a lot more speed there. It just wasn't up to par. I tried to stay clean, which I did. but I just didn't have enough spots to gain on Cody. So
yeah, it's not enough spots or not enough time, if you will. I mean, you guys both ran a great race. You finished in your 10th position. That's nothing really to hang your head on. I mean, you battled in that top 10 right around that area all night. You're going to come home 6 points behind him, though. Looking back on the year, you had 2 victories, 3 top 5s, 8 top 10s. Is there anything else you could have done? I mean, you had the 2 wins over the rest of your competitors, just not enough.
Yeah, a few races. I think 2 races that I didn't really finish that well on where I wrecked out. So that really hurts me, and consistency is definitely the key.
Yeah, consistency is really what's going to hand your competitor, Cody Levitt, the championship. But, I mean, you can keep your head up. You can keep it held high. You still got Thursday night with the Xfinity League, which everybody who's still tuned in here can catch over here on MaxSpeedTV. Rudy will be broadcasting that season finale for these guys. But looking forward to next year, what could you improve on from this year and possibly make another run at it next year?
Well, this is these 2 USRA leagues are really my first leagues that I've ever been in iRacing, and I've learned so much over these past few weeks. So just going to take that moving forward, try to stay a little bit more consistent, and keep my wrecking down to a minimum.
Wrecking it all comes down to consistency. You know, we don't run a chase style championship points, I guess, if you will, over here. So it's pretty much you got to show up and you got to be consistent. And that's what we saw. Unfortunately, Jamie, you're going to come home second in points, 6 points back. You know, is there anybody you got to thank throughout the year, though, that's pretty much helped you out on that number 2 machine?
Yep, I'd like to thank my teammates, Skip Carmen and David Carmen. We're all really competitive within the team with us, and we all learn from each other, and it's just a great couple of teammates to have, and we're all great and happy to be here.
Well, there you heard it from your runner-up here for the championship, Jamie Leach, just not having the consistency built into that number 2 machine this year. So he's going to come home in your second place in championship points, 6 points back. Unfortunately, we do not have your team points and unable to get those for you here. But scrolling across the top is your finishing order, and on screen is going to be your championship contender as we move along here in our broadcast. We also have the likes of Eric Holly up here, the owner, and Jeff Pogo, the admin out here, and also the operator for the TNT Truck Series. Both of you guys got a copy up here in the booth?
Yes, sir, I got you.
I have you as well.
Well, guys, you both came here this year with the TNT Truck Series being a new series to the USRA. Tell us what inspired, actually, Jeff, tell us what inspired you to put on this Truck Series and possibly tell us what's going to be going forward with it.
Really, the whole reason we decided to go ahead and start the trucks is a lot of guys kind of poked around, showed a lot of interest in it. Some guys wanted to run the trucks and not Xfinity cars. So in order to try to make guys happy, we offered both. And the trucks were kind of the entry point to this league. A little bit lower standards to get in. Had to be C-Class 3.0, 1,000 I rating, whereas Xfinity is B-Class 3.0, 1,000 I rating. The guys seem to like it. They're competitive trucks. They're fairly easy to drive. Everyone just seems to like them.
Yeah, and not only do they like them, they always put on one heck of a show. So, I mean, week in and week out over here on Tuesday night, we've seen good shows being put on. What's possibly going to be going forward here? Is there any details on next season that you'd like all your fans out there, possibly your drivers, to know going forward?
I'm going to go ahead and actually let Eric take control of this one. Pretty much every change that's going to happen in the trucks is going to happen in both series. So I'll go ahead and let him take over. He's a little more professional speaking than me.
Well, Pogo, the Pogo stick, says he wants Eric to answer this one. So, Eric, what do you say?
First and foremost, Roger, I need to thank you guys. 20 weeks of broadcasting, like you said, we put on some great shows over here, and we're thankful for you to call every one of them. So, first and foremost, next year, obviously, you guys are going to be back with us, and we're thrilled for that. I know everybody else that kind of hangs out and watches these races afterwards on the broadcast, they think the same thing, too. So thank you there. Some of the other points that we kind of came up with, 20 weeks is a grind. I think everybody will probably admit, it's quite a bit of racing over 20 weeks. So we've decided we're going to dial back the schedule a little bit from 20 to 12 races. Still a solid 3 months worth of racing. Some other things too, we're going to go a little bit longer too. So trucks now typically run 100 miles per track, with some of the short track stuff maybe being a little bit less than that. We're going to amp that up to 150 miles. And then over on the XRS side, we're going to do 200 miles. So a little bit longer races, preach patience a little bit more. We saw a big uptick in that this year, and we're going to try to continue that next year. Competitive balance. We have two kind of classes of people in this league, so we're going to kind of put a competitive balance a little bit on some of that stuff. And to piggyback off of that, we want to introduce the new series that we're going to start up. It's the XRS Pro Series. We've had a lot of drivers voice their opinions and want to be open setups, really long races. So we're going to go ahead and do that next year. There's no restrictions. It's all open setups. There'll be a purse at the end of the season that people will be able to take part in if they win the championship. So that'll be pretty exciting. We're looking forward to that, and I know other people are as well.
Yeah, so a lot of changes coming here. I mean, anything else you got?
Yeah, team championships, we're going to stick with those. We're going to hone that in a little bit. I know it was a lot of work on the back end to total up all the points and get everything uploaded. We're going to make that a little bit easier and more accessible for people after every race. That being said, the website also is going to be totally revamped as well, so I'll start working on that in the off season at some point. And then one other really exciting thing too that's coming up, and we want to give praise to the people that work their way from the back all the way to the front. There wasn't enough emphasis on that this year, so we're introducing the hard charger bonus too. Whoever gains the most spots in the race, there will be a bonus associated with that too. So, we want people that may have some bad luck qualifying still be able to have a nice little bonus there at the end of the race.
And one more little point too, the trucks run 100% fuel, where Xfinity runs 60, 65, I believe. We think we're going to go ahead and ramp the Xfinity cars up to 100% fuel as well. That way, the drivers can feel the car change. It'll go from pushing to being loose, or loose to pushing, or, the longer race, the longer fuel, the longer green flag runs, you're going to have to adapt and learn how to drive your truck or your car better.
Well, that's a lot of changes coming here to the USRA at TNT side and the Xfinity side. A lot of news breaking that I'm not sure if a lot of drivers have heard or seen on the forums. I don't believe I've seen any of it myself, and I'm going to guess they haven't, as that's usually pretty tight under key locked here from the admins, and it's probably for best, because you don't want anybody like Zach Nichols or John Furness getting the jump on everybody else through the season. Well, now the green flag, checker flag is woven, and now another green flag is woven, and they can go start building setups there. So, guys, congratulations, both you. Eric, I know you put in a lot of time, not just on your website over here, but behind the scenes, promoting. Jeff, you along the way, too. You put on a lot of time over here with the Truck Series. That was kind of your little baby from the beginning. And just both of you, congratulations. You put on one heck of a show week in and week out with the drivers that you guys have brought into the league. And you guys consistently pulled the numbers every week. Is there any idea of, or maybe foresight of, what you're looking to put on track next year driver-wise? We've carried 30 drivers. Actually, I think it was 33 we averaged all year here for the trucks.
Yeah, and that's kind of the goal moving forward. We want to pull big numbers. It's more fun to race with a full field. I think everybody's kind of voiced their opinion on that, so we're going to do the same thing next year. Obviously, introducing another series may thin the field a little bit, but us as admins and promoters, we're going to go out there and try to get as many decent drivers as we can to fill these fields, and that's just kind of the goal. We want to have full fields and have everybody have the best time they can on track.
Well, like I said, congratulations, guys, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you next year right here on MaxSpeedTV. But for everybody behind the scenes here at the USRA, for everybody over here at MaxSpeedTV, we'd like to thank all of the fans that have tuned in for all 20 weeks here. We know actually 20 weeks here for the TNT Truck Series was not broadcasted over here on MaxSpeedTV. Well, that's because if you followed the season all year, you've kind of seen the troubles and tribulations that we've gone through. We've learned a lot ourselves up here. We know Bobby Johnson is not along for the ride here for the finale from Homestead, but he put in a lot of time and a lot of work, so we got to thank him for putting the time in and the effort. But also for myself, it's been a long road to hoe, and we got to thank Eric and Jeff for letting us take that gamble and take the chance. We also got to thank Rudy Cummings and the whole MaxSpeedTV crew behind the scenes there for bringing not only myself but Bobby Johnson along. And it's been a wild 20 weeks, so thanks to Eric and Jeff, thanks to everybody at USRA, and thanks to everybody at MaxSpeedTV. For the final time, though, knuckleheads, we'll catch you next time.